Today we are under the guise of shooting a love story video, but before that we were under the guise of my friend Jessica Harley. She is amazing. She is taking some pictures for her portfolio, is what we told Rachel. And so we're out here on her farm, near her farm, is what Rachel thinks. This is a totally random farm that she doesn't know. Isn't related to Jessica in any way. I was looking for a place to propose, and one of the aspects that's important for us is, not only our relationship, but our relationship with God. So I found this place that has a beautiful cross on the hill here. And so after we shoot this video, we'll shoot a little extra footage, and among that, we'll be able to capture the proposal. I first met Rachel at a friend's birthday party. I remember pretty vividly. She came in and I talked to her for a little bit and I flirted a little bit. I thought she was cute.
Honestly, my first impression of him was, oh my word, this is the most annoying, immature person ever.
And at the end of the night, she was with my friend and they were talking and they started crying. And I actually, after they finished talking, I went and talked to her.
And he said, hey, if you ever need to talk to someone, like, I'm here, I'm a good listener, and we ended up exchanging numbers. So after that, I never stopped texting him, like, every day. And he couldn't get rid of me.
So she texted me and we started talking more and more. We started hanging out. And things just progressed from there.
We didn't have a first official date for actually a very long time. We just slowly became best friends and kind of integrated into each other's lives. He actually really became a part of my family before we ever started moving towards a romantic relationship.
And it got to a point where we actually went on a double date. I was going, it was myself and Rachel were going with a friend of mine who was trying to date this girl. So the four of us went out to eat and we talked. And it was really funny to me actually because Rachel and I left and Rachel and I were like, oh, they totally like each other. They're gonna date and whatever. They definitely like each other, there are feelings there. And I talked to him later and he actually did the same thing with her. And they left and they're like, oh, they totally have feelings for each other. He totally likes her, she totally likes him. And I was totally oblivious to the fact that she liked me. And it came to the point where she literally just told me she liked me because she thought she was being very obvious about it. And I was just, what? I didn't even understand that she liked me, and I thought she was kidding at first.
I think we have a lot in common. We're both very easygoing. We love to be around people. We both have a love for Christ, and that drives a lot of what we do, and so we have a great connection there.
And the turning point for me actually was Christmas 2010. My family doesn't celebrate Christmas, so I celebrated Christmas with Rachel and her family. I just realized how much she did for me. How our relationship is, how good of friends we were, and how important that was to building a basis for a strong relationship.
For me and for him, our relationship with Christ is the most important part of our lives. I actually have a call to ministry, to children's ministry, and he fully supports me in that.
In my culture, marriages are arranged, but I know for me one thing that really affected me my whole life and still affects me today is the fact that I know that my mother, when times were difficult or when I was going through different things, the thing she always told me is that she got on her knees and she prayed. And she prayed for me and she cried for me. She cried to God and she prayed for me, and that was a big impact for me.
He's very kind and compassionate. He really sees people for who they are. He does not jump to conclusions about people, so he really has a good heart, and I would say that's my favorite quality about him.
I actually spoke to Rachel's father about dating her, and I made sure my parents were okay with it, knowing that we did want to go from dating to engagement to marriage. It was important to us that our parents knew that we were committing to this relationship.
When I'm around him, I feel like everything's going to be okay. I know that no matter what we go through, no matter what I'm facing, that it's fine because he's there with me, and we're going to make it through.
But I know for Rachel, the most important thing to her is not only our relationship with God, but committing ourselves to God and committing our marriage to God. So with that, I plan to pray with her before I propose, and I think that's very important for both of us.
Go find me a string, tie a knot and make me a ring, and I'll treasure that thing like a diamond so bright.
God, please bless us together. Please bless our trip home. Please bless our future that we're planning. God, please hold us in your hands and help everything to go smoothly, and help us to be filled with joy always, and unending and unconditional love for one another.
I just thank you that 5 years ago I met this weird, awkward, but loud and funny girl, and that for whatever reasons we became friends, that she continued to text me and talk to me.
Let's gather some stones, stack them up and build us a home.
And help us prepare for our future, help us to move forward and to plan things, but to only do these things by your will and in your timing.
When we both grow old, we'll have so many stories to be told, and your heart I will hold just as dear.
Thank you that when I approached Rachel's father to ask her hand in marriage in July, that he told me yes. Rachel,
You're not going to.
I love you so much,
I love you too.
and I want to spend my life with you.
I want to spend my life with you too.
But I don't want to just spend my life with you. I want to spend my life serving God with you. So I have something to ask you.
Oh my gosh.
Rachel Lynn Robinette, will you marry me? Was that a yes?
I knew it.
Don't know if it's luck or some grander design, but I'm gonna love you for the rest of my life. Yes, I'm gonna love you for the rest of my life.
You're ridiculous. Okay.
Let's go back inside. Were you surprised?
Yes.
I'm glad.